Hello and welcome to the Retro Robbins Show with me, Wayne, and of course Emo there, my AI who dances to 𝗭𝗧 robot. What's on today's show? We're going to go back to 1985 to March, issue number 14 of Crash, where we're going to go through all of the Crash Smashes and re-review them and see if they stand the test of time. What is a Crash Smash, you may ask, for those people who never bought Crash? Well, a Crash Smash is something that got 90% or more, so they gave it the Crash Smash because it was such a highly rated game. However, we'll go through such games, give them a second play. A lot of them I've already played before anyways, and I'm sure anybody who's ever had a Spectrum probably has, but there may be one or two there that you may not have seen and you would like to give it a go for yourself. See if they stand the test of time, bring a bit of nostalgia back and hopefully entertain you in the same boot. And I'll give it a marked out of 10. No, I won't go by a percentage, I'll go between marks out of 10. I will go half marks. So, for instance, I might say something's 8.5 rather than just 8, if I can't be undecided between 9 or 8. Also, we'll be having a look at some latest homebrew games that have recently come out. A lot of them are developed from the AGD engine, which is a development tool that you can get on your PC to help you create platformer games for your Spectrum. So if you want to create your own game yourself, you don't need to know as much about code as back in the day. So yeah, you can actually develop some quite good games. For instance, we may even have one from Lee Chop Stevens on the show as well later on that he's recently released. One that he did for Redcon event up in London at the Greenfield Social Club, which is a great thing to go and visit. I highly recommend you go and visit that. It's once a year and yeah, they've got every system. They do work hard there, really hard. As I said, there's something coming from Andy J, the superstar Spencer. You know, the guy from Retro Computer Museum in Leicester. And believe me, that's a museum that you want to go and visit because the atmosphere there is unlike any other atmosphere that you're ever going to come across. But yeah, it's cool. I highly recommend it. And we're going to have a look at a game that he's produced there for the next. Anyway, let's have a look at today's cover. Yeah, there we go. Crash, issue number 14. March 1985, and what a year that was. 85 pence. Everyone's a Wally, including me. Look, he's got the same cap on. Well, kind of close. There is no striking similarity between me and him whatsoever. Do not comment in the comments below. Yeah, great magazine, interesting looking cover. We've got everything there, all the whole Wally clan, which is interesting because you've got the Herbert Dummy Run, which is one of the Wally games. There you go. Herbert is the baby of Everyone's a Wally. Anyway, what can I tell you about this magazine? Well, it was a fantastic little mag, issue number 14. Sort of found its niche in life, really, didn't it? There, it was really eye-popping cover. Not like the usual covers that came before. It was a little bit different, but that was purely game-based, and that was the artistic work of the game Everyone's a Wally, which was obviously, if you don't know, the follow-up to Pyjamarama. Or was it the second one? I forgot which order they come in. Pyjamarama definitely come first. I remember that for sure. There was a number of smashes in this particular magazine. What I like to normally do is I like to flick through a few of the pages of the magazine, and this is a bit loud. So let's flick through down a couple of pages. Yeah, we had that on last week. 𝗧𝗛𝗘, great loading sequence, terrible game to play. The usual inlay, Dukes of Hazzard. Oh wow, what a series that was. I'm not exactly, I'll be honest, I don't recall ever playing the game Dukes of Hazzard by Elite. I must have done somewhere along the line, so that is cool. And meet the gang, Everyone's a Wally, and there you have them all. And Tom, Harry, Herbert, they're all the names there. So that's cool, isn't it? Microgen. Yeah, the first multi-role arcade, whatever. Somehow I don't think so. Give a flick through a few more of the pages. Oh, Lazy Jones. I wasn't too keen on that one, was I, to be honest? Anyway, what we need to do now is we need to go to the first of today's Crash Smashes that we're going to review and give them the Crash Smash treatment. And today's first game is By Interactive Software. It's a classic. You may recognise that for those that know this game well. M-C-. Well, it's an arcade conversion for the Spectrum of a classic game called Mooncrester. This game would have cost you £6.95. It was 48k machine code. It was by Tim Walter. Was it Walter or Walker? I'm not sure. But I remember that there was a Philip in there. I did do my research, but I do forget what my age. Right, let's go for the rating, shall we? Use the computer, 89%. Playability, no, sorry. Graphics comes first, 91%. Playability, 92%. Getting started, 89%. Addictive qualities, 90%. Value for money, 89%. So the ratings for use computer, 89. Graphics, 91. Playability, 92. Getting started, 89. Addictive qualities 90, value for money 89. What do you think its overall rating was? That is not good. Hold on a minute. If anything else goes with the recording of this show wrong lately, I'm going to give up. I'm going to try again, and we're going to see if we can get this to load properly. And to prove that I'm going to leave this in, I'm going to leave my error in. It just amazes me that with an SD card and you're loading on the Ngo, the clone of the Spectrum X, you can get a loading error from the Raspberry Pi Zero. Hence the reason why we had a corrupted screen. Yeah, I like to load these things generally. Great looking screen. That explosion is massive. It virtually fills 1/4 of the screen. The spaceship fills the other quarter. The name of the game fills 1/4 as well. And then you've got a small cloud, but with the aliens that you've got to shoot, if you like, all in the background with a light little frost burst. I think that is an excellent screen. Excellent loading screen. And that would have got you. It tells you what the game's about. It even got the free ships that you've got there. Don't know what happened there, I started whistling. Free ships you've got linked together, which is something that will happen. And yeah, you get a little bit of loading. I don't know what that was about. It sounded like something was loading after it already finished loading with Mooncrester. I never really worked out what that bit was about. Anyway, you've got your usual things going on. And I do recall you can redefine the keys, or you can have Kempston. And I think we could try. I did redefine the keys before now, didn't I? So joystick, is joystick Kempston or is it Sinclair? I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll go past the joystick. 90% by the way, before I forget. 5 keyboard control. Right, okay. So we can, yes. I think there's not a lot to this. Yeah, that's going on. We're going to go one player mode. We're going to 6 started. 6 to start it. 6 to start it. I'm putting 10 pence in the damn thing. Get going. Oh boy. Here we go. Right. You start off with a single ship, and all you've got to do is learn the patterns and survive. If you hear a lot of button bashing, that is me. These are the most annoying ones after the first level, because they can come from back underneath at you. Like, how have I missed that many times? Nowhere near me! Get real! Right, the first group of aliens that I've ended up dying is ridiculous. So there, I'm going to have no faults. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm I'm going to get to the docking sequence. It kills me. I used to be okay at this. Back in the day. Don't you just love the explosions on this game? When you actually destroy the ships, they really do burn. I think that's great. And even the stars coming down the background. Here we go. Finally now, we get to dock the first ship. And hopefully... And we've only got a certain amount of time. Oh, I don't know how I'll survive that, to be fair. Yeah. Yeah, right there, no bonus. And I ain't happy about it. I'll tell you a little something. I actually recorded this section previously. And, oh yeah, stay in the corner here. There's a tip here. You can avoid them just by staying here. But you get no points for shooting them, so... And I forgot to switch my microphone on. Which was not a clever idea, but... There's one to get, and I don't know where he was going to appear. Got him. Got him all that time? Far out! If I could have showed you me landing the two ships together, I'd have had a better bit of rapid firepower. So watch these, they come from underneath and they can get you. Yeah, alright, stop showing off. Game over, player one. How many letters can we have in my name? We can have quite a few. So shall we go for... Let's go for... I love the way you can put your name in on there. As we put my name in. Where's my R gone? I've gone past it. Right, I need to rub one out. There we go. But you notice we've only got a certain amount of time, and my time is 17 seconds, so let's end. There you go, retro I got on the score sheet. There's a score for you to beat. Right. It's great that you see the loading screen again, once it's loaded. And it's got a nice little display, just like in the arcade, very similar. I love the coloured stars coming out. We got a lone pixel there in the colour. Right next to the moon crest go along, there's like a yellow dot. No, it's gone now. I love that little bit as well. You know, you get to choose between 1 or 2 players. There's a little symbol for each one. So, do I think that was a crash mash? Well, yeah, because back in 1985, you'd have been happy with that, wouldn't you? But not at £6.95. I thought it was more of a budget game than that. But, you know, it was a shoot 'em up. It was the early days, I suppose, you know. Third year. Do you class the third year as early days? No, not really. Yeah, I would say, I'm going to agree. I'm going to say that's a 9 out of 10 and still deserves its crash mash status. As always, leave your comments in the comments below. What we got loaded up for you next is... Oh, love this 𝗧𝗛𝗘 tune in the background from the game 𝗧𝗛𝗃 and the Seeds of Doom, and that's a great platforming game. I love that. Right, this is not the game we're going to play though. We're going to go for the next Crash Mash, which was called 𝗭𝗧𝗛 Lair by Bubble Bus Software. Would have cost you £6.99, 48k, and it was 4p more than the last game we're talking about. And Stephen Crow was the author. There's a name I can say. Let's go for the ratings then. Okay there. We'll go for user computer 89%, graphics 94%, playability was also 94%, Getting started 95%, value for money 94%. Is it you get a higher value for money the higher the money goes? Because that seems to be what's happening with today's ratings. That doesn't make any sense, does it? No, actually. Sorry, addictive quality was 94%. Getting started was 95%. Playability and graphics was also 94%. And value for money was 90%. I stand corrected. Jumped ahead of myself. So the rating for this game was 94%. There's something about this game that just reminds me of an ultimate play the game type of game, with the outline border sort of like a snake ribbon sort of thing. I think that's a nice effect and certainly well done. Love the way that it's a ribbon spelling out the word wizard's lair, and that doesn't look like a wizard to me. It looks like a grim reaper with an axe who's shooting lightning and then some sort of Pentagon type image there. Bubble Boss Software, that's an interesting software company there. There's the name, Stephen Rowe. How well done is that? Nice. It's an okay loading screen, but it's not one of my favourites because it doesn't say a lot about what the game's going to be, if you know what I mean. Like the last one, it sort of said a lot what the game was going to be. You knew you was going to get a shoot 'em up. This, it's just a title screen. But what do we get? Well, as soon as we load it, I'll show you. I just noticed towards the end of this loading sequence that the colours of the loading go colourful, not just two colours. It started off as just two colours, and if you can see now it's going multicoloured, and I hadn't noticed that before. That was a kind of a little touch. We have beeper music action going on here. Right, something that jumps out at me here that I don't understand. On the main screen here, you've got Kempston joystick, Cursor joystick, Sinclair joystick. Then you've got 4 for keys 𝗭𝗫, 5 for keys 𝗭𝗫, and 6 for the UD. You know, which I don't get that, because you've got define the keys. So why do you need options 4 and 5 when you can redefine the keys? It almost seems like a waste of code to me. But they've given you all those options, so they probably had the code to spare. We're going to go for Kempston after all that. Now we're going to see what this game is all about. Well, I actually know what it's all about, but you're going to see for people who haven't seen this game before. Not to play. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of ATIC Attack, isn't it? Very reminiscent, but with more colours on the border. Doesn't have the same 3D effect though, does it? You know, it's supposed to be a bird's eye view of ATIC Attack. I've got some gold. You've got to go around collecting gold and various other objects. And the difference between this and ATIC Attack is once you've destroyed all the monsters on the screen, on some of the screens, all my energy's gone. On some of the screens, I need to get energy. Look, my energy's running out quick. Oh, there was some energy and I just completely missed it. There we go. I don't know how to get down there. I don't know if that opens automatically. I think it does. Or do I need a key? Whoops. Oh, now I need a weapon. Now I need a weapon. Oh, they're chasing me around, but there's no way I can get out. Avoid them. Oh, come on. How can you avoid them? Oh, thank you. I like that. Oh, we're going to fall down a bit. Good. I got a weapon. That's good. We're back. We're back. Right. I can't go anywhere until that door opens, so it's just going to deplete my energy. And that door should open because there's nowhere else I've got to go. There it is, it's open, I'll get through it. And I've got no weapon, so now I'm just going to lose my energy anyway. So I've got to wait for a door to open, other than go back the way I came and get trapped. I don't like that. I don't like that about the game. Now all of a sudden I've died and I was unable to proceed any further. Right. Adventure 5% complete. Time taken 2.22 seconds. Objects collected 11. Pieces of gold and the lion, parts of the lion found 0. So that was given a 94% and it was given a crash smash. Now, I don't know what they was being paid, but they must have been paid for that rating, because there's no way on this earth, with that sort of unfair amount of playing, should that ever be given a crash smash. Can anybody complete that? I mean, you were waiting for the door to open. If you run out, I mean, I suppose you could say maybe I played it badly and I should have held back on using the weapon, but your energy was still going down. So is it 4 shots per room, per creature until you go? But your energy's still depleting down. I don't get it. Personally, I thought it was great, colourful wise, but I certainly didn't think it was a crash smash. To me, it was at best a 7 out of 10. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stephen, but you know, this show is only a matter of opinion, and a lot of people do tend to agree with my opinion. Do you agree with my opinion? As always, leave the comments in the comments below, and there's the first crash smash that I've decided was not a crash smash in my books. Just loading up the next one. This was one of my favourite games actually, but I didn't exactly know what to do in the game. I just like using it as a big maze game and finding new parts of the maze in my books. Project Future, starring Space Cadet. Yeah, and it was by Dominic Wood, 1985. Micromania. This game would have cost you £6.95, indeed it was 48k, machine code, by, as I say, Dominic Wood. Okay, it's a nice looking game, and not a lot to the loading screen, other than the fact that, do you know that game Amongst Us, that game where you play on your app of your phone, and you become either the bad space crew, and go around killing people? Well, if anybody has got a copyright claim on the sprite of that particular character that they used, doesn't that astronaut that's kind of big and round that's sitting in that look a lot similar to that? They could have them for copyright IP, you know. There was the first looking character like that before Amongst Us came out. If you'd release that now, with that picture, they'd probably sue you for copyright, saying you've nicked our. But no, there it is first. That's exactly what you'd say is the Amongst Us. Anyway, I digress. Ratings are as follows: use of computer 88%, graphics 92%, playability 92%, getting started 89%, addictive qualities 91%, value for money 89%, so its overall rating then was 90%. Do we think this is going to hold the test of time? Stand the test of time, let alone hold it, and still be regarded as a crash smash today once they've got that glorious badge of honour? I've already demoted one, haven't I? Let's be honest, Wizard's Lair was a bit unfair. Overpriced as well at £6.99, £7 all but a penny. Why not just say £7? Well, it was with the £6.99, but the first game and this game is at £6.95. Well, let's zoom ahead now to get it loaded, and this has a strange opening tune when it loads, so should be pretty good. That is it. That is what you get. That repeated. I do believe that when I'm playing this game, you've got to... I think when you choose Kempston, you press down for up and up for down. So if that's the case, I'm going to change the keys because I can't stand that. I can understand that when it comes to forward to start game. And you have to hold your finger on forward to start game because for some strange reason when the bleep's playing. Nice opening sequence coming up. Yeah, there you go. He's in his ship. He's going towards whatever it is he's going towards. The maze. Oh. And yes. Down is up and up is down, which is a horrendous... Why on earth did they do that on the Kempston joystick? But I'm going to rectify that. I'm going to change the keys. Right, I've changed the key, so when I press down on the joystick, I'm getting down on the joystick, not up. I have no idea why they've done that, but they did, and I remember it being a bugbear back in the day. Right, we'll get that weapon, because you need to keep your weapons charged. And I've died there. I mean, we can go down to that terminal somehow, and I think we have to press a certain key in certain ones. Yeah, it's like a rotatory thing we've got to go to, isn't it? Alright. The screen graphics are great, the sprites and manoeuvrability is not bad either. The death sequences are horrendously annoying. But I've got this suit now, so I'll have a bit of invincibility, yeah? And as you can see, we've got graphics changing a little bit. The suit will only last you so long, so be careful of that. I think it's only a certain amount of screens, to be fair. And I forget, is it... I remember there was a key you had to press, I'm sure it was. Oh, right, yeah. That can be deadly. As we zap to another zone. Yeah, because it can kill you at any time. This game is immensely graphically lovely. You know, it really does. It also has a... reminds me of a few games of this era. Where a good memory and a good maze layout would help. I mean, like, even the flashing sign, Project Future Warning, is pretty good. There's a lot of illustration, isn't it? So that's got a lock. We've got to try and get through that to open it, but we won't do it by going that way. Heading up's always a good idea. I mean, I could just stand here and score. Right, we've got a ship. Good. Oh, as soon as I get in the ship, I die. Have I got any lives left? Yeah, okay. Good thing about when you've got a ship, you can definitely zoom through the levels a bit quicker. Oh, and am I not allowed to take my ship? Does this ship only last so long? What the point was that? I could be stuck here playing this for a long time. Just trying to find my way around the maze. I think that is it. Is that the end of the lives? No, we've still got... How many lives do we have? I forgot. You know, it's hard to put your finger on it, but I don't think it was worth the 90% that he was given. You know, you've got a timer there, so there's a certain limit, but there's no way I'm going to get round them without catching a bit of energy loss. Game over. I don't think we'll listen to that anymore. We got the small ship, we got into that, we got to fly around a little bit, we got to see lots of the scenery, but what you see with the scenery is what you see there really a lot of the time. Yeah, I've got rose-tinted spectacles on when it comes to this game because I just remember playing it not knowing what to do but just enjoying going around and seeing if I could find new parts of the map. Never really tried to complete it and probably wouldn't want to go back to try and complete it to this day. Therefore, 90% was more than a generous rating, but because I got rose-tinted spectacles, I'm probably only going to give that an 8 out of 10, and that's quite high and probably too high in most other people's opinions. Project Future then, another one that I decided wasn't a crash smash after all these years. Oh well, 1 out of 3 so far I've considered a crash smash. Mooncraster? This is going rather well, don't you think? Here we go then, the title game. It's got that classic loading, hasn't it, really? Right, music played from the Harlequin now is Triangle Circle Square. It's a great game that I reviewed recently on the show, and I'm hoping to review another one of his games on today's show if I get time. However, I'm going to try and keep it within the hour spot this time round. Everyone's a Wally! Not you lot! The game. Right, the digital character, well, I could say I'm a Wally. He's got the same nose. He's got more hair than I have. Anyways, £9.95 this game would have cost you, 48k, and indeed was Machine Code by Microgen. The team that did that did 𝗭𝗪 𝗧𝗘𝗥𝗦, 3 Weeks in Paradise, and of course this one. But what order did they get released in? I believe 𝗭𝗪 was first. 𝗭𝗪 was first, and I think it was then Everyone's a Wally, 𝗭𝗪, then 3 Weeks in Paradise. I think that's the order that they was released in, but don't quote me on that. I digress. A user computer 90%, graphics 93%, playability 94%, and all of a sudden I've got into DJ voice mode. Getting started, 89% addictive, qualities 96%, value for money, and 96%, see what I mean? This is the most costliest game I've reviewed yet, £9.95, and it's also got the highest value for money. Are we going up as the price goes up in the ratings? Is that the way this works? I do not think so. Well, let's give you a guess. Overall rating then for Everyone's a Wally by Microgen was 93%. And I do believe that this will probably start with a theme tune. So what I need to do is be prepared to turn that down for when this loads so as we can hear it clearly. Recent pickups for me, by the way, so I've now got an Atari ST and an MXS, which I am not too familiar with, because I do like to use original hardware if when possible reviewing games. For instance, when I do Commodore playing, I'm using an actual Commodore 64. When I'm playing an Amiga game, I'm using the Amiga. I don't want to go for emulation ever, because it's not the way you want to do it. You want to do it on real hardware, reviewing the game that was made for that hardware in time. However, saying that, you could say the Ngo is an FPGA programmable chip, and you could say it's emulation, but no, not really. It's real hardware. So it's the next, and hopefully we're going to have a look at something from Andy C for Sensational Spencer from R.C.M. A game that he's done for the next. But first, let's get the joystick ready. Well, as bleepers go, that's not exactly horrendous. I'm not sure about that key change though. Anyway, another one where you got to press forward to start the game, and it's a slow starter. Right, there's everybody, they're all on their way. Strangely enough, certain characters don't hurt you, and it's a collecting of the object. Yeah, but the baby will take your energy. So you have to jump out of that. Gone are the annoying little punches that come out the door. Well, at least so I know. You can... but not so gone as that rush thing. I mean, that's a postage stamp, so obviously you've got to get an object to put in the post office that is a stamp related. The sink plungers to unblock the sink, so we need to find a stamp to go there. But you can travel from, I mean, I think if I press here, go in the telephone box, there we go. We can go from one zone to another by travelling through the telephone wires with a bit of a avoid the sparks thing going on. And this ain't easy to control. In fact, I'm virtually dead now. Oh, there was a bit of clash there, wasn't there? But, yeah. There we go. I got out of it. And yeah, you've got to watch because there's alleys everywhere. Alleys everywhere. So you collect the items, you go around putting them in the right places. And so on and so forth. A bit like 𝗭𝗪𝗧 where you know you have to do various tasks. Well, you change the penny for the pound and stuff like that. So it's the same similar sort of game. Well, obviously to get past that fire I've got to get an extinguisher or something, I believe. Yeah, there's some great graphical rooms, but it does suffer with that glorious colour clash, the red lion. Oh, I'm just going to go back into the pub. Oh look, there's a trapdoor, you can actually get down there somehow. Oh, these bats are going to get on my nerves. Is that what they are, bats? I've got the oil can, so there was a game I missed out, wasn't it? 𝗭𝗪𝗧. That was a Wally. That was based on the Wally game. I missed one out. So is that a total of 5? Maybe. Right. I'm not going to play too much further because it's a slow-moving game. Even though it looks graphically great, once you get used to the colour clash, it can be quite playable. They've got character, haven't they? Them sprites have got real character. They're well drawn, and Wally is exactly what you expect Wally to be from the 𝗭𝗪𝗧. Gone is the hand out the floor that keeps grabbing you, but there's still that same bouncing round mechanic. And it's strange how certain characters take your energy away and others don't. And at the moment I've got the sink plunger. 93%, yeah, I'd say that was still a crash smash, although the value for money I don't agree with. So I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 and say, yep, it stands the test of time. For the Spectrum game, it gives you everything about the Spectrum that you expect. The colour clash, but the great playability of the game. However, after 𝗭𝗪𝗧, I would say I was done with the Wally games. Apart from 𝗭𝗪𝗧, which was like a completely different game, but that was it for me. Once you played 𝗭𝗪𝗧, the rest of them were just the same old, and that franchise to me was not a franchise I wanted to carry on with. You know, I always wanted something different, something new, something more interesting. Is it the same for you? Does this bring back some of those nostalgia memories? Did you play this a lot? If so, please remember to leave a comment in the comment below and I will try and reply to you. So the first game we've got up for a little trial is a game called Teeny Nightmares or Tiny Nightmares. All depends how you want to say it. There's not a lot going on the loading screen. That light bulb looks like it's got two unusually shaped eyes, or meant to be a reflection. And you can see a hooded character, what seems to be standing on a gravestone with a candle in her hand. Or is it just that her thumb is on fire? Who knows? But yeah, there's not a lot to that. And now we loaded. There's your tune. Unusual tune. Just bleepers that go round and round and round. I highly recommend that you redefine your keys on this particular game, because it's not easy to control, and you could do with that fast action. So I'm going to go with my usual favourite type of keys, and I'll use the M for the menu, and we'll start the game straight away. The opening screen, just pretty much boring text, to be honest. Nothing special there, no real graphics apart from that eye. Right, we'll start as you wake up and you're in a nightmare. And if you notice, it goes blue when you're walking in the shade. What you have to do is you have to navigate your way through certain screens. And you see the all-seeing eye in the wall there. Try and avoid getting seen. You can sneak along, but if you don't, you die. Well, I didn't do very well there, but we'll try again. It just looks like you're in a bit of a... I mean, that's difficult. This is probably the hardest section of the game. It's getting through this little bit, to be honest. So, yeah, I've made it through that time. Right, we got the first item we've got to collect there is the candle. By pressing the action button you can do that, and sometimes you can even make that jump if you're lucky enough. It's handy to remember not to jump when there are things above you, so keep your eye on that. Oh, and I made that nicely. Okay, so now I've got that, I can get the candle in place. Well, I could, but unfortunately I died, so I've got to wait till I get back there. Now we're back to where I was, and I've collected the candle. I'm going to try and make it through the next set of levels in order to show you. Yeah, the little caterpillar type thing, or I don't know if it's a caterpillar. It looks, well, it moves like a caterpillar. It's deadly, and it will track your movement. Now, you can do a jump from here to that platform, but it's quite a big jump, so you need a bit of a run up, and I don't think I'm here. And now what we do, press action, and we've opened the first part of the puzzle. Now when I go through this, it's like a little tunnel that leads you to another part of the section, which is here, another part of the map, which is one that we've been to. We now got to do the next task is to get the weight. And we got to weigh that platform down, and the way we do that, you see where that chain is, just over there. We need to get onto that chain, and there we go. Now, because we've got that weight down like so, we should be able, famous last words, to jump on that platform to get that handle, which will need to complete the next bit of the puzzle. Now, you've got endless amount of lives, but if you lose a life while you're in the middle of doing a task, you have to then go and get whatever item it is that you was prepared to do that task with, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to get up there very easily, but I don't care if I die here, to be honest, because I've got to wave it as it happens. Can't jump up there now because it's too high, but I think no, I don't think. I think I've got to go. Oh no, what I can do is I can go to that there and just beat my way around it this way, if you like. We can do a. There we go. Done it. That's it. Get the handle. Now I know where that handle's got to go. He's going to come all the way, isn't he? Right, okay. There's more than one way to win this. Let that drop down there. We'll go through that little passageway. So got the handle in place. Now that platform's moving up and down, we can use that platform to be able to place the wire, which if you notice there's a broken wire. So I'll show you what you can do is you can let this guy kill you, right? Yeah, it'll just take you back a screen because you've got endless amount of lives in order to complete this solution. So what I'll do now is I'll take a big run up. Oh, and I missed it, so yeah, this is not an easy platform to land on. It looks easy sometimes, but you really do need to do a decent run up. And I'll wait for the platform to be on its way up before I land on it. Okay. So I'm looking at the graphics. Graphics look reasonably okay. Some of them are good sprites, some of them are just not so good, is a polite way of putting it. Doesn't matter that I died there, I've got to go back this way anyways, haven't I? So, what have I? Yes, I did matter that I died there because I need to pull that angle. If I pull that angle now, it should open the door, but I ain't going to do it that way. Yeah, you're right. I remember how I did it before. I've got to go all the way up here. Gets a little bit frustrating when you're missing your jumps. It's a bit annoying. Now I should be able to do it. Now I should be able to pull the angle quite comfortably. There's the angle. The door is now open. And all we've got to do is get to the door. Lucky I didn't die there, to be quite honest. Should make it now. And we move out to the next section of the game. So that level's complete. And it's the same again. You've got to stay in the shadow because you've got quite a greasy character there. That's, yeah. Yeah. I think on that one, you have to crawl. But fortunately, it does start you away from the screen. So it's the usual things that you have to do. I bet you there's something to do with that train as well. Find the item, place the item in the right place, and then move on to the next level, etc. And I'm dead. What do I think of the game? Well, it's okay. It's kind of challenging. I don't get some of the things like that little thing that's just going backwards and forwards, such a small sprite. The graphic movement of the character is okay. There are little bits of interesting stuff going on. There's the next door to go through to get to the next level. But it's got a setback that really annoys me. The layout's good. As soon as you get into the next set of levels, it's even better. But it's that annoying tune. It's so repetitive, and apart from turning it down, you can't really switch it off. After a bit, that just gets on your nerves. So, marks out of 10 then. Well, I would say it was okay for the first 15 minutes. Once I got it, once I learned what to do, I didn't feel the urge to want to continue doing what I wanted to do. So, yeah, I'm going to say a 6.5 out of 10 for Tiny Nightmares. It's not one of my favourites for a platformer, but it's a good effort. By all means, give it a go. It's available on itch, and I think it's actually free on download. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote that. Well, this does have a terrible beeper. Well, it's not so bad actually. Retcon was released by 𝗧𝗛𝗘 𝗧𝗛𝗪. I actually quite like this game, and compared to the last game, the music in this one is not repetitive and dreadful, but we're not going to let it too much. That is the loading screen. Very well done. You can see it's locked out. There is a story behind it, of course. And we got the speaking music there. Right, you've got the options of 𝗭𝗪, Chemist and Joystick Sinclair. And if you press Y, you can end the game. But we won't want to do that, will we? Micro Chops 2023. Lee the Dynamo Chop Stevenson, who is renowned for great graphically sprite. Yes, it's a ULA Plus version, and what you have to do, you have to collect 17 objects. Most things that kill you, including, you know, there isn't a fall too far, but you can choose 6 directions here: left downstairs, right downstairs, left upstairs, right upstairs, and you can even go down the ladder. We'll start with the first direction by pressing jump. You will need to do this. You will need to cower. That's you cowered in. As long as you cower, creatures cannot kill you. There's one of the items that are flickering there that you need to collect. So we're going to go for one of the toughest starts to the game. Don't walk into those, they will kill you. You can see what we've got to do now is we've got to go all that way across there. Touch that, you die. However, you will start at the start of the room. I like the extra colours of the ULA Plus. Kangles kill you. There is a pattern to follow. Watch the ghost as he bounces up and down. Once again, that's some nice looking animation. If you notice, his animation does change slightly. You know, he has a third animation where he changes direction. You know, it doesn't just... I tried to jump on that there and hide. There you go. See? You can't kill me while I'm hiding. And that's the first bit passed. That could have been deadly. I need to wait for him to go elsewhere. I caught the Kangle, but fortunately you start off where you got into the room, which is very handy indeed. There we go. I'm through that bit. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I've got to drop down, haven't I? I've got to drop down to get up there, because as you can see there's a platform. And I don't think we can... Can we land on that platform? No, we've got to drop down, okay. We learn these things as we go along. We should be able to make it through that jump. I have done it before now. Now the spikes at the bottom there of that disappearing tray are deadly. So, and then also the candles are deadly. So once you get there, that's it. First item collected. And I died in doing it. Doesn't matter though, because now you haven't got walk all the way back. You can get out the room quite comfortably. So that was the first item collected in the computer's room. Let's go to the office. See if we can do better this time round. Oh, what a dreadful mistake I've just made there. Right. Bit of concentration required. There we go. Once I've made that part, it's not too difficult. I'll let him bounce through me. I'm carried. That's what I'm doing. I'm carried. And I carried it in mid-air there, which is good really, because even though I went straight down to the bottom, I didn't exactly lose me life, which is better than... There we go. Them Kangles are out, which is good. Oh, we can go up there as well. There is a bit of puzzle solving in this one. For instance, in order to get along that passageway, we need to move a box. Oh, this is going to be the hardest part. I've got one life left, so I better do it. Have I got any lives left? Off camera, I did that rather incredibly. Good thing is, it's... let's see if I can put my name in, yeah? Come on, I want my name in. Yes, I know it's closed. I didn't even get my name. Good little game, problem solving, puzzle solving game, as well as a platform with excellent graphics and lovely drawing sprites. There's a theme to the game. I really did enjoy playing it. The music was not repetitive, in fact it was quite intense. It added a little something to the game that gave it that sort of feel, gave it a good atmosphere, to be fair. And even the spooky start to the music was well done and well designed. There's more to the outlay of the start of this title screen. As you can see, there's some graphical characters on there, and that is one scary looking ghost surrounded by what could only look like to me COVID particles. So what do I rate that game? Well, to be honest, I thought it was pretty good and I really enjoyed it, and I would happily recommend that as a play if you like your platformers. An 8 out of 10 from Retro Robbins. Certainly worth a try. You can buy it from itch.io. There was physical copies available at Redcon, to which I managed to buy one, but it didn't have the ULA Plus on it. I want a refund, Mr. Chops. Highly recommended. Ghostly Capers. Get ready for what a game with great sound and decent graphics. Right, that tells you what you've got to do. Have a quick read through that. It's not an easy game to get to grips with. However, there are some unique character drawing on the sprites. Kempson Joystick is advised. Zelda's Quest is the name of the game. And we'll press fire or space to start. Some of the tunes in this are quite amazing. Right, now what we've got to do here is we've got to grab a stone or some sort of a brick to throw at the screen down there in order to get some sort of code. You've got to rescue those 3 sorts of sprites going left and right. Throw the stone there, then there's like that glowing button down the corner, collect that. We now need to get that to the top without getting caught by that rather unusual red thing that keeps chasing us. And if you notice on the pillar, one of them has appeared, so I've got to do it again. We've got to do it on both pillars in order to get the bomb, which I can do pretty quickly. You can get arrows to change the direction of the bad guy that seems to be chasing you around. Just best to avoid him. There we go. Oh, I got hit. I can recover your energy, but if you stand still, meditate, you get your energy back, and then we can go in. Now I've got both of them up there. I need one more stone. I believe it's stone or a rock or some sort that I am throwing. There's a button. Now we should be able to get the bomb, but before we do that, I have got the arrow just to help with a little bit of defence. I'll try and take a shortcut up here and jump up the platforms. Now when I walk in with this last one, I should get the bomb. And the bomb is activated, so now I've got the bomb on me. I love the movement to that rolling, you know what I mean, even that, just in time there. That was lucky really. If I crouch down, they won't take any energy off me. I think I have to plant the bomb here, is it? Maybe? I don't know. Need to plant the bomb. By the way, when you die, the tune changes nearly every time. Just working what to do with the bomb, I think. Oh, and I lost my life. No, there we go. Once you've died, I've got to start the whole task again. I've got to go and get it, but the tune has changed. It's a really frustrating game to get to grips with. However, it's got some nice animation in the graphics there, like the little rolling. I think that's clever. The crouching, you know, the throwing of the stone, even just a direct throw. Nothing really special about that. But I found myself deliberately dying just to hear whatever tune's played next, because it's a different tune almost every time. And there's some great AY tunes. It's almost like... There we go, another tune. Quite a bassy noise as well. Isn't that funky? I like that. And we've gone loop round. Right. I found it a lot really difficult to work out what to do to start with. And after many happy hours of playing it, discovering there was a different tune every time. I do like what they've done with the sprite movement though. I mean, that's clever in itself, you know. The jumping's good. Even the jumping has an animation. You know, when he's jumping and you land. You don't just land, look, his feet go together sort of thing, and then they land. And he's ready to take ninja form. You press fire. That's what it looks like. It looks like a ninja with two swords. Almost like a Deadpool character, but in pixelated form. Change the tune. Oh, it's kept the same tune this time around. It's a bit random on the tune selection. But, well, after a while I got bored of it. I found it a bit tedious and boring. It takes too long, and the levels are all roughly the same. So there's no real variation in the game. But I did enjoy it. But that enjoyment didn't last. So for that reason, I'm only going to give it another 6.5 out of 10. It's available on itch.io, I believe, free for download, unless you want to tip the code, of course, which is what I always encourage to do. Makes them more creative, and they want to create more stuff, you know, earn a little bit of extra pennies. In this day and age, every penny counts. Yeah, so give it a go. Tell me what you think. Leave your comments in your comments below, as always. Personally, it was alright. The music was better than the game. That's just my opinion, of course. Something a little bit basic now by the legend that is Andy C. Spencer. You know, the guy from Retro Computer Museum in Leicester, which hopefully by the time I recorded this I would have been there this Saturday, coming Saturday, but I'm recording it today, so hopefully this video will be out on the Friday night before I go there. One-way driver, one-way driver, I keep calling it, don't know why, but wrong. It's basic and I didn't know that. Starts up with a little loading screen, simple keys, QA, OP, that's all you need. That's O to decelerate, P to accelerate. It's just a scoring game where you change and interchange lanes. Nice little screen we've got there, well done. I know plenty of people who drive the wrong way, and most of them, I'll say no more. I got myself in some serious trouble there. Yeah. Starts nice. It's a basic little game, and we're going to play it right now. So yeah, you just got to dodge all the cars. By changing lanes, sometimes you get cars at the top, but not to start with, you don't. And you can see your scores going up, so just stay as live as quick as you can. And I'm taking too many hits. Now, this game is not complete yet. Press nothing to play. That's Bret's fault. He's been messing around with the code. it's meant to say press another key to play, but he's been messing around with the code and now it's stuck there because he'd saved it. But yeah, it is basic. It's a nice little game. It's 90% complete. Hopefully when he finishes it, it'll be a fun little play, maybe even with a bit of music behind it. But yeah, I kind of liked it. I think it's as working action. Hopefully that'll be available soon on itch.io for you to download. You can't knock him. I thought it was code, but Rapstar's Arcade's been messing with your program. Doesn't know what he's doing, but he's messing with it. Okay, let's have a look at the new game for the next, which is amazingly free on download. So we'll move with that and we'll finish with that. Right, here we go, a brand new game for the next that's available free on download. It's ATIC Attack. Wow, nice opening graphical picture, then goes to black and white with all the usual sound effects. And there, I like the ticking clock in the background, gives it a spooky, eerie type feeling. So yeah, this is based on the original ATIC Attack. I'll let you read through that. Oh! That's what I need. Presentation, when it's a next game and you get presentation like this, it's really nice, you know. It gives you a little start into the game. The music's quite subtle but dark, gives you that sort of atmospheric thing. You can see the whole picture there, sort of it casts a scene of darkness, night. You can select 3 different characters. What we'll do in a minute, once we activate, we'll just press enter to start the game. Right, knight, wizard, or yeah, and then you get a different tune, nicely done, kind of mellow. You can see the moon in the background, and great graphics at the top there. ATIC Attack. Let's give it the knight, yeah. And there we are, the knight. So you're in the room, just like the ATIC Attack. Remember, you have to collect the key, 2 parts to that key. Yeah. Oh, I love the sword animation. Now, obviously, you've got to keep eating food in order to keep your energy up, because the chicken is slowly going hungry. Try not to waste it where you can, leave it where required. I like that. I've just collected an item. And I think you can place the item down. I think it's C to collect the item and A to drop the item if you've got this particular joystick. I like the way the rooms are quite big. You know, on the original game, I needed that because I was running out of food. On the original game, you can walk through wardrobes. Not that one, it's covered up. Now I need the gold key to get into there. The room is all on the same screen, but this one, in order to find the exit, you need to scroll through the screen to do so. That is a trapdoor, that does open and you can go down them. And I like the way the sword sort of bounces backwards and forwards. Just had a bit of a disaster there where I lost a bit of food. And this room, I'm going to need a key of some sort to get through any of these. So I need to find the key, and I also need to find some food because I am running out of food fast. Was there an exit here? No. I love the creepy music in the background. How well done is that? See if we can get out of here quickly. Where did I leave that food? Where did I leave that food indeed? Was it this way? I'm nearly empty. I need to find some food fast. Ooh, just in a nick of time, but not enough. There we go, we can get through here. And that's that guy that chases you around, so we want to avoid him. Lost a bit of energy there, and I'm going to need a key to get through that. So and now I'm here because I've got to wait for the door to open to get out. Now the only thing you don't get happen is in the original game where you die it tends to leave a cross. In this one it doesn't, it just seems to carry on. Oh, can I get through here? No. Oh, I've gone through the clock and now I'm in a graveyard. It's just an absolutely all-round fantastic looking game, and I found myself playing it for absolutely hours. Now I wasn't as good as Jeff, who could complete ATIC Attack. I never got the knowledge to do that, but the maze is quite great. Finding the right keys at the right time helps. And every one of the graphical characters is well drawn. The only drawback is it doesn't leave a cross where you die, and that's the only thing that's really missing about it. But listen to this sound. Doesn't need to be intense music, does it? The music is so varied. There's a stone, and I think if I wait long enough, just get rid of the bat. I'm not going to walk through the clock. That's it. Got some food, I needed that. We'll leave them too because I might need them in a minute. You can not walk through the skeletons, okay. See if I can get through that one. I'm glad the doors are open. Right, we can take the spanner. And we should be able to see what my inventory is. You can see I've got the cross and I've got the spanner, so I've got 2 items. You can see all the keys that I need to get there. There's 2 parts to the AG key at the very top, so that's the big key to look for to get through the main door. And this is... oh, you don't know what's in and around this room when it goes dark like this. I mean, I can see a ghost there. And that baddie's definitely chasing me, so I think I'll avoid that. But if you get a torch, I believe you know, a brighter torch, there must be something to make it even easier to see. I mean, if you can hear the music. It almost goes quiet, doesn't it? Almost goes quiet. Oh. Did I come through the clock? I did, didn't I? So I'll go with it. I'll come back through the clock. And I heard a door slam, which means unless I find the key in the right place, I'm not leaving this room in a hurry. Oh, the door just slammed in my face. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's that horrible thing chasing me. I hate him, go away. Oh, I need that, thank you very much. Yes, such a great game. Such a great game. And I can't believe it's completely free to download. So if you've got an X or you're running 𝗧𝗛𝗃, why not give this game a try? Or you can go through that barrel. And I've forgotten how to. I think you need an item. Let me just see. To go through the barrel, do I need like that one thing? Yeah, I think I maybe do. Right, marks out of 10 because I'm too busy playing the game and forgetting where I'm at. Apart from the fact that it hasn't got cross, the creepy music is fantastic. and I think that's an absolute brilliant game that you can actually have for free on your next. It certainly will get you into it. You will play it, you will enjoy it, I promise you that. I did. It's not easy. How well done is it? I mean, if you was a fan of ATIC Attack, this is right up your street, honestly. And I bet Jeff would like this from the Spectrum Show and his own YouTube channel. He does watch my show, and I'll have to see if he's got an extra or he can emulate this to give it a go, because it doesn't take him long to complete things. But yeah, it's a great game. 10 out of 10. Well done to the next team. And with that said, I think it is now time to end today's show. So always, thank you for stopping with me so long. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Big thank you to Andy C. Spence for giving me a game that he hasn't quite completed there. As always, a thank you to Bret from Babstar's Arcade, who helps me behind the scene, Richard the Hitman Hollins, and Lee Chop Stevenson, Matthew Logue, and anybody else that has given me a hand in putting together today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And from me, Wayne, and of course Emo, depending on when you watch this, please have a hopefully prosperous working weekend or working week. You take care. Until then, from me, Wayne, Retro Robbins. Let's hopefully, oh yeah, hopefully I'm going to be doing some live shows on a Saturday Retro Live, coming soon with the Retro Robbins show. In the meantime, bye from now. Take care.